Guys, what's up? Come on, what is going on out there today? Hey, it's Brent Abel here, webtennis.com. Another episode of the January 2025 Daily Fundy, as in fundamentals. And the message all month, and something I got way back in the day from the great Tom Stowe, legendary Northern California tennis coach, was Mr. Abel, when you master the fundamentals, guess what? That's the advanced stuff of the game. It's one thing to sit there around and kind of tinker with fundamentals and this and that and continually think, well, maybe I'm good enough because then I can go into the advanced stuff. And I thought that for a long time. And that was just the wrong way of thinking about how to get good at tennis. And when I got together with Tom Stowe, I mean, yeah, the first few times we kept working on this fundamental, on this approach shot. Never forget a forehand approach shot. We got a short ball to the forehand, going up the line, well inside the line, not flirting with that sideline there, but making sure that I allowed the ball to get to the top of the bounce to create the best geometry over the top of the net, right? And then play the technique that we were working on with that forehand approach. And we worked on this thing for hours and hours. And eventually I started getting it. And at one point I said, asked him, I said, Mr. Stowe, this is great. Okay, when are we going to get to the advanced stuff? And he kind of gave me that side eye look like, ooh, I'm not sure that's the right question. I guess you don't quite get this, Mr. Abel. And he just said right then and there was completely changed my life as a player and also as a coach, which is, yeah, what I just said, that um, mastering the fundamentals, that is the advanced stuff. And the reason that's the advanced stuff, because when you really dig into the fundamentals, when you really take time to get super good at them, is you become a consistent shot maker, right? We can all, for time to time, we can all ding great shots, but we're so inconsistent doing it that we haven't spent enough time with the fundamentals to be super consistent. Once you're really consistent, not only are you the one that's making a whole lot less errors, unforced errors, than that guy over there, but the confidence you get out of that is just incredible. The confidence that you get now out of shot clarity is incredible. So, look, I'm just hammering home that message all month that mastering the fundamentals. Yeah, that is the full blown advanced stuff. There's nothing else. So you got to carve out time. You got to carve out a lot of time, daily, weekly, whatever it is, to dedicate to whatever those. Maybe it's stroke technique, right? For me, stroke technique fundamentals basically get back to what can I pare away, Pare. What can I take away? What can I eliminate this may be getting in the way? And when I worked with Tom on my forehand, I had this little flare up on top, right? When I was prepping it, and he says, you don't need that. You don't need that thing. Just put the racket here, get your shoulder set, put the racket here, and now you'll be a much more consistent shot maker. That made a huge difference for me. And over the course of time, that's what I've worked on with my fundamentals with technique. What can we pair away? What do we not need? This may be getting in the way in being a consistent shot maker with that specific shot. Tactic wise, right? When you start to really understand what are the two things in terms of strategy and tactics. Shot choice, where do you want the ball to land over there? And then number two, which is what we're going to work on today, what's the next best court position that you can move to enhance the shot that you've just played? We're going to work on that today because it's a problem. And we need to clear this up today. Um, and then just mental stuff, right? Obviously, the mental part of the game has got some fundamentals. For me, it's between points, right? We got 25 seconds between points. What's the discipline that we can go through between points for those 25 seconds, and also the longer time of the side changes? How do we proactively think in a way that that really controls our emotions from going up and down, depending on what just happened in the last point, that helps us recover, that gives us some clarity how we want to start the next point, and then gives us confidence that we're going to be able to execute how we want to start the next point. Um, Fitness, obviously a big deal, right? Man, if you're leaving fitness off the table, right? I mean, you gotta. I'm not sure if that's the right term I want to use, but anyway, but fitness has got to be part of the deal, right? You can work on swing tech, you can work on tactics, you can work on the mental stuff, but if you're consistently either burning too much fuel early in the match and not have the ability to go deep into a match if you need to, because that is a strategy. There are days when, and I just played a tournament, Naples, Florida last week, where there was a match where I just said, okay, well, this is going to be a long day out here because this guy, for whatever reason, right? I mean, this guy's good. So I need to see if I can win this match through fitness. And that was, at some point after the second set, he'd won the first set. It was pretty clear. All I had to do was to make him keep working, and his fuel tank was pretty low at that point. I got the W. So, anyway, I totally digress. I'm totally off topic of what we're going to work on today. Look, we will get into assume it's going to be attackable. Before we do, guys, if you've not yet checked out my course, my 5 mini mindset skills training course, a 28-day course, I hold your hand through it every day so you stay organized, you stay accountable, and so that you start building the confidence code for mental toughness, which gets built first off the court. Just trying to go out there and win a whole bunch of matches as if that's going to build confidence, it takes way too long, right? So you want to build confidence first off the court. And then when you go out there, you've got a new level of confidence. The wins start to come a lot faster. And that really, really is another underlayment of confidence for you as a player. When we're done today with today's episode of the Daily January 2025 Fundy, once you go down below, click that link if you haven't done so. I want you to check out the course. Also, because I got a great price for you. Guys, look, assume it's going to be attackable. Here's what I see a lot. And I've seen this with players that I work on, and it's something that I just have to constantly work on them with, which is, the swing tech gets pretty darn good. And they start hitting the shots that they want to hit where they stretch out an opponent over there, right? Whether it's to their forehand side, that opponent's forehand side, or whether it's to the backhand side, but you know what? We end up hitting a really good ball, and then we stand there waiting to see, well, what are they going to do with it without realizing and assuming it's most likely going to be a short ball. It's most likely going to be attackable. Absolutely, sure. Can they go over there and just swing with everything they've got and unintentionally hit some dinger like an inch up the line for a winner? They can. And the reality is we can never, ever, ever, ever cover 100% of the court, no matter how offensive position that or how offensive a shot we played and how offensive a court position we have. We just can't cover 100% of the court. So with that said, I think a lot of players hit a really great shot. They stretch out their opponent and they wait to see because they want to make sure, maybe it's subconsciously, but they want to make sure that they can at least cover all of the court. Just can't do that. So I see way too many offensive opportunities lost because players hit a great shot, stretch an opponent out, they go out wide, and they don't start to move forward inside the baseline looking for something short or something where they could actually play, even if it's like a little mid-court volley, mid-court meaning in between the baseline and the service line, where now they can take time away. The biggest problem for that opponent when you stretch them out is going to be if you start to move forward looking for something short or looking for something that you can pick off and rob them of their time to get back into the court. Now all you got to do is just shove it over there to the open court, make them run. You continue to move forward. And again, I'm not guaranteeing that you can cover 100% of the court because we can never do that, right? But this is a follow-up from yesterday's episode about the Tom Stowe all-court forcing game. And look, he just convinced me back in the day that, you know, especially against the better players. His message really for me was the better players. If you continue to play shots where you stretch them out, don't have to hit winners, never have to hit a winner, and you start to move forward. And some of this was serve and volley, but a lot of it was just baseline stuff too, where you'd start to move forward, take their time away. Yeah, would they hit a winner from time to time? They would. Whether it's intentional or unintentional, didn't matter. They would. That's fine. But if you were to start to take the big picture, to look at the big picture, what you will discover, and what I found out from Tom back in the day is that sure, you're going to lose a few points, but if you add up all the points you win over the course of a match, especially on big points, you're going to find that you're way ahead in that category in terms of winning points. So, and then the other thing Tom told me was that, look, man, this is just a hell of a lot more fun to play this way rather than hitting a good shot, standing there and waiting to see what happens. And then you go, uh-oh, there's a short ball. And now you're scrambling up to, try to get up to it. It's about to bounce twice and you've lost the advantage. So, yeah, Tom just said, this is way more fun, way more fun. So, look, hope this message uh, is I hope you get it because it's really a big deal. I want you to start. Look, what's if you look at my YouTube channel in terms of one of the playlists, which is what's the right shot. Well, what's the premise of what's the right shot? Basically, two things. It's number one shot choice. Where do you want it to land over there without thinking, oh, this has got to be a winner, right? Just assume he's going to get to it. That's fine. But hit a high quality ball, stretch them out. And then how do you enhance the shot that you've just played with the next best court position? It's those two things combined that, man, those are fundamentals, but that is the advanced stuff. That's what will take you up to the next level. And that's sure is what did it for me as well. Guys, I want to hear from you down below in the comments area. What's on your mind today from today's lengthy episode? Any comments, any questions, remarks, feedback? I love to read your stuff and respond to it. Yeah, might take me a day or two to get back to you, but I promise that I will. Look, guys, if you've not yet picked up my course in the 5 mini mindset skills training, normally $197, but this month I've got it down under 50% off or over 50%, one of the two. Anyway, just 77 bucks. There's a link down below to get started. And we need to get organized with the fundamentals of building confidence. And you can do that right down below. So, guys, hope this has been helpful. Want to hear from you down below. And as always, it's time right now. We got to get out there. We got to help someone else have a great day. Guys, I'll see you again next time.